All right. Since Jane isn't here, I'm going to go through your lecture with you of what you should have. When you were in the bookstore, you got this homework binder. The first homework binder says Homework 1-1 up at the top. And I don't have a printout of that, so I'm just going to have to write the problems out. But you should have them to be able to follow along. It says give the digits in the thousands place and the ones place. So when I have my digits, when I have the decimal, whoops, no, oh there we go. When I have the decimal, we have the ones, the tens, the hundreds. This isn't quite writing where I think it's going to. The thousands. It's writing really weird. And the 10,000s. You may have more places than that. Oh yes, because it goes to 100,000s and so forth. So, I'm going to erase that and hopefully quickly fix the board so it writes where I think it should. Here we go. So, first one we have 8,465. It wants you to identify the digit in the thousands place and in the ones place. So, in the thousands place, the 8. This is the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands. Also wants us to do the one in the ones place. The one in the ones place, my 5. Now notice that the numbers in front of the decimal will end with a plain S. When you get to the chapter on decimals, they'll end in a THS. So if it just ends in a plain S and not the THS, we know it's in front of the decimal. The next one we have there says 3,150. We want to identify the digit in the thousands place and the hundreds place. So again, if we're going to do the thousands place, we're going to have the 3. And if I want the number in the hundreds place, we've got 100. So we're going to put the 1. So 3,150. The 3 is in the thousands, the 1 is in the hundreds, the 5 is in the tens, and the 0 is in the ones place. And the last one of those she has 8,900. $892,715. 892,715. So, first one wants to know what number's in the hundred thousands. I didn't quite get to the 100,000s. I ran off the board, but we have the ones, the tens, the hundreds, then the 1,000s, the 10,000s, the 100,000s, and then we have millions after that. So, first answer for the 100,000s, I'm just going to put a box around that 8, because you can write it down on your paper, and then I don't have to write down 100,000. So the 8 is in the 100,000s. Also wants to know what number's in the 10,000s. Again, 1, 10, 100, 1,000s, 10,000s. So the 9 is in your 10,000 spot. So for number 3, your 100,000 was the 8, your 10,000 was the 9. All right, the next one. They give you the number 256. They want you to write that in expanded form. You're going to write it in expanded form, so I believe what you're going to do here is the 2 stands for 200, plus the 5 is in the 10 spot, 50, plus 6. All right, so the next one. We have 5,627. Again, they want you to put that in expanded form. So you're going to do the 5,000 plus the 600 plus the 2 stands for 20 plus the 7. 5,000 plus 600 plus 20 plus 7. So if we jump over onto the next side, we have 4,396. We want to write that in expanded form. So again, the 4,000 plus the 300 plus the 90 plus the 6. And she gave us one more of those. We have 8,602,000. So if I'm doing that one, I'm going to start with my 8 million. So 8 million, 8,000,000 plus, here's my 8 million. This is 600,000. So 600,000 plus, I don't have any in the 10,000s, but I have the 2,000. And I don't have anything in the hundreds, the tens, or the ones. So I have 8 million plus 600,000 plus 2,000 to get 8,602,000. All right, so that is expanded form, writing out each place value separately, adding them together. The next one is just having you write the number. It says write the number for 4,081. So 4,000, and I don't have any hundreds, so I'm going to have a 0, and the 81 goes on the end. So 4,081, I would have 4,081. The next one, number 9, says 56,801. So 56,000, put my comma, 801 would be 801. No tens in there, 801. 56,801. The next one, number 11 or number 10, write the number for 2,004,000. So 2 million would start here in my thousands place. I have 2,004,000. So I don't have any hundreds or tens, I just have the 4 in the thousands place. Nothing here in the hundreds, the tens, or the ones. Here's my 2 million, here's my 4,000, so 2,004,000. And number 11, 17,007,000. So same kind of thing there. 17 million I'm going to put here with my comma. In my thousands place, I've got 7,000. So again, I don't have any in front of my zeros. The 7 goes in the one spot of the thousands. 2,007,000, and the rest are going to be zeros. And so 17,007,000 would look like that. All right. She jumps all over the place here on this first homework sheet, because the next thing she talks about is the perimeter of the square. Perimeter of a square is the distance around the square. When you do perimeter, when I say I walk around the perimeter of the room, it's like you walk around the outside. So you're thinking about a perimeter by thinking about, if I put a fence up, how long would my fence have to be to get all the way around whatever shape I'm doing? So if I'm doing the perimeter of a square, I'm going to use P for perimeter and of a square. Since my square sides are all the same, I'm going to take 4 times the length of the side. If I have my square and my side is 21 feet, that means this side's 21, this side's 21, this side's 21. So I would do 21 times the 4 sides. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And then, of course, I have to put my label. And whenever I do perimeter, it's just in the same units as whatever the side is in. So since the side is in feet, my perimeter is in feet. So perimeter of a square, you take 4 times the length of the side. Once I get to a rectangle, perimeter of a rectangle, we have the length and the width. You'll notice on the rectangle, you have 2 sides that are lengths and 2 sides that are widths. So your formula to find perimeter of your rectangle, 2 lengths plus 2 widths. My rectangle that she has here happens to be 12 yards by 21 yards. So plugging that into my formula really doesn't matter which one is the length and the width. Normally in math, the length we would say is the longer side and the width is the shorter one. So I'm going to say the 21 is the length and the 12 is the width, but if you mix them around, doesn't matter. So I would take 2 times 21 plus 2 times 12. 2 times 21, that would be 42. 2 times 12 would be 24. If I add those together, I end up with 66. And again, my label is the same as whatever the label of my side is, so yards. It would be 66 yards all the way around that shape because this one's 21 and this is 12. And if I added all those together, I end up getting 66. But my shortcut, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Number 14 here, we have a polygon. It is a crazy shaped polygon. It is actually a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. And so we have 18 yards, we have 11 yards, and we have 8 yards, and we have 10 yards. So if we have a polygon that is not a regular polygon, like a square would be a regular polygon because all the sides are the same, when I find the perimeter, I have no shortcut. I have to just add all the sides. So if it's just a crazy shape, none of the sides are the same, you just add them all up. So I have 18, 11, I'm going to put the 10 and the 8. Doesn't really matter which order you write them down. So 9 plus 8 would be 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 47, and my label, yards, would be my perimeter. Number 15, we have a 5-sided figure. If I can draw, which I can't, I'll just kind of sketch. We have an 11 centimeter side, a 5 centimeter side, 7 centimeter side, 9 centimeter side, and 11 centimeter side. So again, it says find the perimeter. To find the perimeter, we're just going to add up all the sides. Make sure you put the units on your answer. So I have a side that's an 11, another side that's an 11, a 9, a 7, and a 5. And I'm going to add all of that up. So here we have 1, 2, 11, 19 plus 5 would be 24. And then I'm going to take 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4. And so I get 44, and my label is in centimeters. So 44 centimeters. All right. The next ones are just word problems, and basically they're trying to decide here on these word problems, do you know if you should add or subtract or multiply or divide, and then of course that you can do the math. Trey Valley, and I'm not sure on these ones, the calculator may or may not be active. I'm not positive on that because I don't usually teach basic math, and so I haven't looked at these problems much. Treyville High School's bake sale made $901. Woodlands High School bake sale made $587. How much money did they make together? So if I'm looking for how much they made together, I'm just going to add those two numbers up. So the first school made $901, the second one made $587. I want to line up my digits if I can write straight. 1 plus 7 is 8, 0 plus 8 is 8, 9 plus 5 is 14. So $1,488 is how much they made on their bake sale, which is problem number 16, just to keep you in track. Number 17. Number 17, Susan biked for 786 miles. Raina biked for 431 miles. How many fewer miles did Raina bike? So in this case, we're not finding their total, we're finding the difference between the two numbers. The difference means you're going to subtract. How many fewer miles did she bike? The first one biked for 700 86 miles, and of course your top number is always going to be your bigger number. We're going to subtract the smaller number, which is the 431. And so 6 minus 1 is 5, 8 minus 3 is 5, 7 minus 4 is 3, and so she biked for 355 fewer miles. All right, that is the end of the first homework page. Now what she would have you do is go on your Alex pie chart, work on that whole number section, and you may hit some of these and you may not hit some of these yet because I'm not sure exactly the order they show up in. And so just work on your Alex pie chart.